Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Happy Sunday to you. It's been a reflective week. Our friend Mary, who we all know so well, we have given her a lot of rainbow glitter warrior stomp and power. Some juju has been sent her way. She was the warrior that was one step in front of me. She had done the treatment, the absolute last stop treatment that we both did over this past year or two. She was the first one to try that and led the way for me in so many ways. Mary has been an incredible friend and mentor, if one could say, in this trek that we're on. Mary transitioned about a week ago, and and I have to give it to her, fighting. She had children, so she fought all the way to the end. And even right to the end, she was saying she wished she there was something next. There was some next radiation, some next science. We just need to stay alive to keep up with the science. That's what we say all the time. Just need to stay alive to keep up with the science. Unfortunately, the science ran out for Mary. So if you are feeling some love in your heart and you would like to give some loving juju to Mary's family, her husband, Matt, and her kids would love any positive juju that could come their way. Their mother was an incredible artist. You know, cancer brought us together and created this friendship. But I was a fan of Mary's for years before we met. If you look up Cake Girls, I think you'll find them in the 90s. Cake Girls. Her and her sister, they were the first ones. They were here in Chicago and they were doing fancy cakes. But they broke out of just doing the fancy cakes for weddings and such. They were doing fancy but taste really good cakes. And they got into the super playful cakes that now you see everywhere. Everyone's making the most incredible designs. They were the first. They were the ones that paved the way for that in our industry. And they were given a lot of slack because the chefs in our industry thought, well, you're making things that are pretty, you're not making things that are edible and are delicious, and it's not a craft such as the James Beard award-winning, chefs on the front page of Food and Wine magazine. It was really interesting. It was an interesting time in our industry to see that kind of self-reflection. But Mary was, when I was in pastry school, Mary was on TV. She was one of the very first, chefs that made it from doing some kind of small thing to a big TV show. Oh, man. She was brilliant, so creative. One of the dreams that we had was when we were sick that we were going to get well enough to be able to teach a class of kids, little ones, some cake decorating. But alas, wherever she is now, I'm sure that is what she's doing. I think perfect timing for Mary to transition for me in relation to that news. What I'm hearing is I need to make sure that I'm eating the things that support myself and that I'm physically doing the things that I need to do in order to stay healthy. And one of those choices this week is I got a walker. I got a it's called a Rollinator. I got a walker because I cannot walk very stably. Is that word, stably? I can't walk very stable. I'm falling to the sides, falling over. I get fatigued. I need to sit down. It's got a sweet seat on the top of it. It's got a bag that drops off of it. It rolls 360 and does I'm loving it. It's fantastic. I had to set my ego aside. I had just a small bout with the ego, just a small, like, I don't need that. I'm an independent person. I can do what I want. And my broken body's sitting here going, I think not. For a little bit, because I also had, you guys, for the first time ever, yes, I had the most exciting appointment. I had my CT scans, so let's just get that out of the way. CT scans, it's been since January since I went off of treatment. So anything that's killing the cancer has stopped in January. And yet the cancer is not growing. So I am on that drug, the new drug that just got approved by the FDA, brand new drug. I said, yep, I will be patient number 1 so that you can use my information for those that come after. Well, you know what? This drug got me to spring. I have no growth, like very minimal growth, very, very, very minimal growth of cancer. Great. So we have determined that all of this stuff is good. I got a shot to back me up for the pain in the rib, managing the rib pain as much as possible. Okay, great. So remember, I had a appointment at the pain management clinic for my leg this week. So they did the shot. Okay, great. But mostly we want to talk about this leg. Is this permanent? Is this a thing? What's going on here? And it was the first time I sat down with a doctor and I was like, look, I haven't been able to walk since January and it's just getting worse. And I'm taking this medication that's making me sleepy and foggy, but it's not taking the pain away. I'm still hugging my leg, crying in the middle of the day, going, so what's the trade-off here? I don't get it. And this doctor looked at me and said, no. Oh, we have lots of things we can try. Oh, first, let's try this thing. Let's get an MRI and an EMR, and let's make sure that we know what we're looking at and that it is what my assumptions are from our preliminary exam. Let's just take a moment. We'll get those done. And what I'm thinking we're going to do is there's some kind of nerve inhibitor that they actually like attach this thing to the back of yourself and wires that go to it. And then you have a remote control that like zaps the nerves. But the end result is you walk. The end result is you have mobility and you are given pain relief. Okay, so now how much you walk, if I can stand, like all of that, that's not as important to me as the pain management aspect, honestly. Like, yes, of course I would like to walk. Of course I would like to be able to do things in the mobile body, full mobile body way. But if I don't, I'll adjust to that. That's not it. I want the pain to go away. And they say they can do that with this thing. See? Just have to stay alive to keep up with the science. This is like Star Trek science we're talking here. And if it doesn't work, because it's new, right? And so if it doesn't work, then what they can do is they can use that same system and deliver morphine directly to the nerves and to the pretty much system where it belongs. And so it's not spreading throughout my body and overwhelming me for everything. It's just essentially taking care of the pain in the leg. So there's options. There's more options than just taking more pills and upping the pills. There's options that will do something. I'm super excited by it. Because I think poor Mary sat for a year and a half, 2 years, just pain, so much pain in her leg. And she just didn't have the stamina to be able to continue to counter with the docs like I do. I refuse to accept that I'm just gonna up my pain meds and just keep taking more of those until that's the answer. If that's the answer, that's the answer. But as we just saw, oh, well, I got my wife home successfully. She's poor thing. I mean, can you imagine? She's traveling on that foot and she's exhausted. She's going to turn around and head back out because she's got doctor's appointments out there. We're going to have to kind of do like this roller coaster, I guess, for a little bit. I hope. I just feel bad for her because, the swelling of the leg and flying. But I know that I am super grateful that I do not have to fly back to Jackson this week. The idea of having to get ready to get on a plane today, ugh. No. Instead, it's been really nice out. They put new material down on the road out front. So there's no potholes, it's just beautiful. It's just like brand new silk, right, road. Well, who has a brand new walker rollinator? Dee. So I'm out on in the middle of the street. Zoom, zoom. It's been great. It's been beautiful weather for it, and I've been dragging my foot, and I need a little cape. Well, if you see me flying down the street, you see a woman in Chicago with perhaps a rainbow cape, you'll know it's me. Otherwise, I will see you next Sunday. Yes? Thank you so much for coming to check in on me.